heal, I came here to grow. Lesson in love, they helped me let go. I chose this path, I chose this time. Everything I need, I hold inside. I came here to heal, I came here to grow. Lesson in love, they helped me let go. I chose this path, I chose this time. Everything I need, I hold inside. Welcome and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Me, the Art of Starting Again. Hey guys, I missed y'all. All right, so let's dive in. So I want to read 2 posts that I put on TikTok. And if you're not following me on TikTok, go follow me, Tisha Michelle Official. Anyway, so I had got a download and I was like, man, I got to put this message out there because it resonated so much for me. And I know that we're all like mirrors and reflections of each other. I was like, let me put this out here to the collective. All right. So the first one said, you're on the right path when the path disappears. That confusion, that blank space, that feeling of not knowing where you're headed. It's not a setback. It's sacred. It means you finally stepped out of the noise, out of the expectations, out of the past. And now you get to choose. For the first time, you're not following what you were told, not living out someone else's fear or dreams. You're standing on a blank canvas. So the real question is, what do you want to experience now? Then I followed it up with, if the path disappears, it doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're finally free to choose. And here's the truth. Whatever path you choose, it will still lead you back to yourself. Some paths are softer, more aligned. Others are full of lessons, but they're still sacred. They still grow you. So take the pressure off needing to choose the right path. There's no such thing. There's just the path that you walk with presence, the one you commit to, and the one that your soul learns from regardless. Now, when I got that download, I was like, dang, okay, I get it. So a lot of things had like flashed through and like scenarios for myself and like people like surrounding me. And if you be honest with yourself, I know you've questioned it at some point in your life when you're like, am I on the right path, right? Because when you start to feel that confusion and you don't know which direction to go, you think that something is wrong and it's off. But in actuality, it's not. That is if you want to put something to it, that is the right path because there is no path. There is no clear direction to anything, which means that you can go anywhere. But we have been so conditioned and so programmed that if we don't know exactly what we're doing, then something's off. This isn't right. We need to be doing this. We should be doing, I should know this. I should know that. Versus stepping back and saying, wait a minute, because I don't know what direction I'm heading, that means I can go any direction I want. And that is such a gift. It is like a beautiful thing, but we have to get to that space where we allow ourselves to see the beauty in that, right? So for example, if you got laid off of your job, right? You're laid off of your job and it was unexpected and you're freaking out because you got, we got bills to pay, we got kids maybe to take care of, maybe you're a certain lifestyle, whatever the case is, it threw you off track. And now you're like just applying for anywhere and you're not getting called back for anything. And you're getting frustrated, you're freaking out, you don't know what to do. And you're like, well, should I do this job? Should I not do this job? And you start to go into this whole thing and questioning like your path and whatever it is. But in actuality, there's beauty in that. And I get it. Not knowing how you're going to pay your next month's rent or mortgage. I get that. So it's not to be insensitive to that. It's just to say that if we're giving ourselves that space to freak out, get upset, worry, create all other problems before they're even there, then we owe it to ourselves to step back and say, wait a minute, I don't know where I'm going to get money from. I don't know where I'm going to be working. Well, shoot, that means money can come from anywhere. That means I could be at any job. Like, whoa, there's a gift in not knowing what the path is, because now you get to create it, right? So when you remove all of that, you get to create the path. There's a blank slate in front of you. What do you want to do? What do you want to experience? Maybe you've always had an idea to start a business But the job was in the way because, by the time you get off of your work, you have running around to do, you come home. If you have kids, you got to take care of the kids, you do the cook and do all that, and you're tired and you get up and you do it again over and over and over. So you never really had that space for that idea to like develop. And maybe this is your opportunity. Maybe this is the opportunity to develop that idea, to change the whole trajectory of your life. Maybe that's the space. Or maybe all the jobs that you keep applying for that you're not getting, that's just God closing that door and saying, skirt, those doors aren't for you. Because those doors over there is safe. It's comfortable. But there's no growth there for you. And we've heard your cries. We've heard when you've gotten frustrated and you're, I'm tired of this. And your soul is like, what the heck? Doing the same thing every single day and not getting anywhere and feeling exhausted, and you've crying and you've prayed. We've heard that. And God's like, I heard that. Your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, whoever, they heard that. And they're like, baby girl, we got you, or bro, we got you. And then they remove that thing from your life. And now you need to replace it with whatever's popping in your head. I'm just giving the example of a job. And they remove that from you. And they're like, but we're answering your prayers. We just gave you a blank slate. Now go do what you do, whatever that actually may be. So when I got that download, I was like, dang, that was me. Sometimes you feel, because you have so many ideas and so many different things, you're like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do that. But, society, I like to say they is a collective of people, whoever they may be. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be social media, it could just society, whoever. It is a collective of mofos. But they make you feel a certain way because you have so many ideas and so many things that you want to do when you want to experience. And it's like, that's a bad thing. You need to pick the one thing. Pick that one thing, right? They're like, pick that one thing and do it. But you're like, I don't know what that one thing is. So you spend all this time of like, what is that thing? What is that thing? What's my purpose? Right? And you're like, well, what's my purpose? Because in your mind, you were going to be at this job or be in this relationship or whatever it is, like forever. And then a wrench got thrown into there and you're like, what do I do? Am I on the right path? And I'm here to tell you, when that path disappears and you have no clue and you're like, I don't know if I'm, what's that saying? I don't know if I'm coming or if I'm going. That's sacred. That's a magical place to be in. Because that means you could go anywhere. You could go left, you could go right, you could go straight, you could zigzag, you could go back a little bit and to be like, I don't want to go backwards. Well, maybe sometimes that going backwards is that idea that you trashed 2 years ago. It was just ahead of its time. And now is the time. So you got to go back and get that and bring it forward. And I started meditating some more on that. And all I could do was smile. And I'm like, man, do you know how dope that is? To just be like, yo, I could do whatever it is that I want to do. What? So what do I want to do? What do you want to do? And it's okay if you don't know. This is where you get to experiment with a bunch of things, right? And this is where you're like, but I got my bills to pay and stuff. That's cool. So maybe you don't go look for another career. Maybe you just go get a job, right? Maybe you just go get a job to hold those things down while you're out here exploring, because you have just been handed a beautiful gift, right? Or maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a relationship that that felt off. You didn't like it, but it was familiar. And it was creating a fake illusion of safety. But that you felt like you were meant for more. You were meant to feel more and to experience more. But you couldn't dare think about starting all over, right? Because that's what we think of. We're starting over instead of starting again. And then something happens and there's this breakup and there's this disruption. and you feel like it's the end of the world, and it's just so painful, and it's just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But you were actually just handed a gift, because now you can do whatever. You can learn more about yourself, right? You can start exploring the things that you've always wanted to do, but maybe they didn't like that. Or maybe you felt like if you started growing, how that was going to make that person feel. But now you have a blank slate. And yes, we're going to grieve. We're going to go through all of that. We're going to feel those things, because we can't heal the stuff that we don't feel. So yes, you're going to go through those different things. But as you are going through that, you are learning more about yourself. You are saying, what experience do I want to have today? I want to experience what it's like to just wake up and do nothing, stay in my pajamas all day. Do it. That's sacred. That's sacred. That's not laziness. It's sacred. It's you starting to listen to yourself as your body is saying, just rest. Just rest. Veg out. Walk around in your robe all day. That's cool. Oh, I'm going to go to the grocery store. Okay. Let me go to the grocery store. And you get like 2 things. And you're like, then you start to feel like, oh, I'm here. I really probably should get a whole bunch of others. Why? No, right? And I'm saying all of this to say, when you don't know what the path is because it's not clear, I want you to recognize that that is a gift. That is sacred. That is the universe, God, wherever you're connected to, saying, go do your thing. Go experience stuff. Like here. And it's like in my mind's eye, I see like this gift that's wrapped in this beautiful, it's like gold and it's silver and it looks a little green too, like this beautiful bow, and it's a gift. And then when I'm looking at the gift, there's no clear definition of the gift. It's not like, I can see the teddy bear in there. I can see this. It's just a gift of choices, of options, of experiences. It's the gift of freedom to figure out, to play, to just choose whatever it is that you want to do. Like, oh my gosh, like I just got like this chill because we have lived so long, and I'm speaking for y'all, damn it. I'm 45. There's my age. I'm 45. And it's always been for like other people, or what I should do, what people think I should do, or I really should focus on this. And, should is just as a belief. And 9 times out of 10, the belief does not belong to you. It belongs to somebody else. If you start to trace it back, you'd be like, holy shit, that is not mine. And here I am wasting my journey following behind somebody else's belief. And it's like, damn, I could do whatever I want to do. That's a beautiful gift. It is a beautiful gift. So I want you guys right now, unless you're driving, don't be out here being weird and talking about Tisha said, close my eyes. Like, no. If you're driving or you're operating something, just pause and come back to this. But I want you guys to just close your eyes for a moment. And I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to just breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And go ahead and shrug your shoulders, roll your neck. And I want you to take another deep breath, just breathing in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And I want you to just feel that weight, the weight of the world, just starting to disappear. Let's do another one. Nice deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Now, doesn't that feel good? Just to be present. Just to take 3 nice deep breaths. and give yourself permission to just be free in that moment, because that's the only thing that matters, is the present moment. And now I want you to put one hand on your heart and put one on your belly. And I want you to take another deep breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to ask yourself, say, what experience do I want to have? And just whatever is coming up, just trust it. Don't overthink it. Just trust it. And if you're like, I don't know, I still don't know, I'm not really getting anything, it's okay. Sometimes we're just in our head, and that's okay. And if so, I want you to keep bringing it back to the present moment and taking these nice deep breaths and giving yourself permission to just be in that moment, and to allow the weight that you are carrying, that 9 times out of 10, 99% of it is not even yours. But in this moment, we're going to give ourselves permission to just release that by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we want to do it 3 or 4 times. And then keep coming back to that question and saying, what experience do I want to have? And as you keep saying that, you are going to start creating the path that you were searching and you were looking for someone to do for you. You're going to start developing that path on your own. And I just want you to know that you deserve that. You deserve to have the experiences that you want to have, because this is your life. Your life and your life only. You got supporting people and you got people that is connected, but ultimately it is your life, your journey. And you get to choose what experience you want to have. You get to create that path. So look, stop searching for the path that was created by somebody else. Okay? I need y'all to promise me that. Now go out there and start creating your own path. Until next time, love you guys.